everybody. I just wanted to give a quick little update to everyone. So today is cycle day 26, 13 DPO. So at this point in my last cycle, I had started spotting as of yesterday. Stopped progesterone, had a negative test, called the doctor. So last night, no spotting, no sign of period. This morning, took a test to check, and it's negative. So at 13 DPO, definitely should be seeing something on a test. So I thought, okay, should I call the doctor, stop the progesterone, kind of meddling with that. And then I went to the bathroom and had fresh blood. So period starting. And that means all 3 follicles, if all 3 released this month, were a no-go. So today, the last couple days, my hormones have been in flux. I knew they were in flux. I was really expecting this because the telltale signs of my progesterone drop in my impending period were there. Just like every other cycle, I started to get some egg white cervical mucus again, meaning that my estrogen was doing that last little bit of a surge right before the period. And I woke up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat, had to sleep on towels, and that happens to me every cycle, a day or 2 before my period, when my progesterone really crashes low. So I knew this was coming. I mean, I know this is coming anyways, because like I said, my faith in any of this working is really, really low. But the last couple days, my hormones have been off, and I've been super PMS-y. They've been kind of hard days for me, and today's been really, really bad. So even though I knew this would happen, it's still been a really bad day. So angry, just so angry. A lot of crying. And had a conversation with my husband. Neither of us are at a point right now where we think we want to do another cycle at this time. We have a lot to process and think about, and whether we want to walk away permanently from this or whatnot. But right now, we're just not going to go directly into another cycle. I don't really know where we stand right now, but right now emotions are raw, and like I said, I'm hormonal, so I'm a bit crazy. And I'm really stressed. I have a lot going on today. In an hour, actually, I have to load my 3-year-old son Logan up into the car and take him to Rochester on a 3-hour drive by myself to stay overnight in a sleep center. Because he's having a sleep study done he snores and has some restricted breathing with sleeping that they believe is tied to tonsils and adenoids, which his are a little bit enlarged, and his ENT suggested that we have this sleep study done before we do his surgery, which is planned for April. But everything's in Rochester, so it's a travel day for us. I have to stay over and then drive him back tomorrow, so I'm doing this whole trip by myself. They only let one parent stay at the sleep center, so Steve's not going. And it's just bad timing, and there's going to be a giant snowstorm tonight up there, so the travel tomorrow morning is going to be hairy, and I'm stressing about it, and I'm an anxious person, so this whole thing makes me on edge. I feel like I'm going to forget something that we needed, or something's going to go wrong, and just kind of everywhere. So that's really adding to this. So right now my mind is kind of in all places, and I'm mad, and when I get mad about this, I just want to throw it all away. Step away completely and throw up a big middle finger and get that sassy, well, this isn't working, so I'm going to take control and make sure it doesn't ever happen by going on birth control. The stepping away part is we think we need to step away a little bit, take a break again, focus on some other stuff in our life, but that's easier said than done for everyone else in the household but me, because I still have to have a period every month. I still go through this cycle, and I can't really disconnect myself from that monthly merry-go-round of up and down and all around, and every month still have a period. And even though we didn't try, or we know we're not going to succeed, it's still a monthly reminder that, to me in my brain, I see it as that I have this useless fucking organ in me that isn't going to cooperate and isn't going to function as it's supposed to, the whole point of it. So going through the menstrual cycles, and mine are really painful and very heavy, so it's just added torture over something that I feel is unnecessary. So I'm considering maybe going on a birth control for a while to prevent periods. Kind of give me an emotional and mental break from that. See if that helps me at all. There is something called Lupron therapy for people who have implantation failure. So I might actually discuss this with BIVF. But Lupron will prevent a period. So you do like 3 to 6 months of Lupron therapy. And it's supposed to somehow like reset the cells of the lining. I don't know. There's a fraction of unexplained infertile women who have success after Lupron therapy. So seeing that it would be like no period and then maybe like a fresh start mentally might be something I want to consider. Either way, I'm probably going to have to call the doctor and like talk to someone about something of where to go from here. And at the very least, maybe ask about suggestions on a therapist, because I feel like I could probably benefit from talking to somebody who is trained in this sort of thing. I don't necessarily know that there's therapists for people who struggle with infertility. Maybe there are, I don't know. I'd assume any sort of kind of grief or loss counselor would be able to help. But if you know anybody, or if you've gone through that kind of counseling before, please do share. But yeah, otherwise just say a prayer for me that I don't crash on the way to Rochester or back from Rochester. And that all goes well, and that this sleep thing actually works, that my son actually sleeps and we actually get readings, and this all isn't for nothing either, because that'll just, icing on the cake.